DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say viewer and parental discretion is advised. Once again to a new episode on a new trip through nerddom for our DIECAST NORBZ Activate. I'm DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan, and today we're actually going to take it back to the 80s style because we are actually going to be taking a look at Studio Series 86 Bumblebee and Studio Series 86 FRENNZZZY, who is correctly named. That's right, I wasn't going to make a mistake on his name whatsoever. He is FRENNZZZY, buddy. He is FRENNZZZY. Hasbro has decreed it. You know what? The League of X's has now decreed that FRENNZZZY is red. So finally we can actually take a look at him in his right colors. So finally Big Bad Toy Store actually sent this over. Amazon's actually sending this over to me. I couldn't be happier. I have a lot of thoughts on Bumblebee here. But let's take a look at FRENNZZZY first and let's dive into these guys. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know that I'm actually doing a good job out there and everything. Pass me around, come in and view me. I would really appreciate all your help. You guys have already gotten me to 804. I'm actually trying to reach my first 1,000 and then 1 billion. So thanks again, and I appreciate each and every single one of you out there. And now let's take a look at these two in all their specific amazingness and everything. I'm actually all into the both of these. I have thoughts on other tapes too, but let's go. And we are finally here taking a look at these guys. It's Bumblebee and FRENNZZZY Red. You know, just because I just wanted to point that out to you guys. But we actually have these guys now and finally in hand. And I posed a question on the Facebooks and everything on DIECAST NORBZ Activate, where I was actually like, is this what we're actually looking for when it comes down to putting the final stamp on the 1986 to from 1984 to 1986 and everything, you know, because we actually have Bumblebee, and like I swear, I think he actually like every single time I keep on taking a look at the packaging and box art and everything, they are always, hold on, just let me bring this up here, they're always cooler looking on their box art more than they are in real life and everything like that. And then just so I wanted to show that off, and I love the fact that they actually have Bumblebee on the side and everything like that. Like, I love it, but at the same time, I think that there's a lot of stuff that's actually missing on this version of Bumblebee over here. And FRENNZZZY is actually, he's actually going to get, especially in this style. The one thing about this guy is that I kind of feel as though they're missing something, you know, like something to go along with this whole entire set, something that should actually be sold separately, which is Buzzsaw. But like, I'm actually including this guy right over here instead of Buzzsaw, because like, I don't know, is it just me? Like, has it actually gotten too much with the buying like a 36 or $50 pack and everything like that in order to get that one character that you're actually looking for? Hasbro, come on, you're better than that, you know? Like, I see that you're selling Steeljaw the way he should be. Hopefully you'll actually do the same thing with Ramhorn, but enough of them is enough with the constant grifting, shall I say, with like getting like one character. You want that one character, you want Buzzsaw and everything to complete the whole entire tape set, but then you actually have to get Soundwave. And to those of you who actually don't have them, fine, I get that. And to those of you who actually might have actually missed Rumble, fine, I get that. But then when you actually have to buy them to actually get Buzzsaw, why? You know what I mean? Like, it's cool though, it's cool. Like, a lot of people actually don't have this toy. And the thing is that when you actually get the newer version of Soundwave, I think he's actually going to be a lot better painted than the Netflix version is. So I think that's actually okay, and that's actually on key with E, and that's okay for me. So like, I really do think that if you're actually going to get that guy, it's worth it. FRENNZZZY will actually pop into Soundwave's tape deck, as you see here and everything, and he has the same issue that Rumble actually had, which is the spacing issue. So I mean, but he fits in just well enough and everything, so that's actually fine. And then you can actually pop him out. He's a tape, he's a cassette, you know, like 80s style, but like great imaging all around and everything. I really like it a lot and everything, and it was actually really worth the wait. I think I must have actually been waiting for months and months and months, and I'm not exactly sure if I actually waited a good year for this guy to actually pop up into Big Bad Toy Store and everything, but he was actually on pre-order for quite the while, and I was not going to pay like aftermarket prices or anything like that, and like sell the blood of like a firstborn or anything like that, or create a firstborn to sell the blood of to in order to get FRENNZZZY or anything like that, because like I thought it was actually worth waiting it for and everything. And like, thank goodness Big Bad Toy Store finally got this in stock and everything. I'm actually really happy with the way he actually came out. So is he 100% like everything that we actually should want and everything like that? He actually still has the same issues with the arms, and I'll actually show that off also and everything. But there goes FRENNZZZY. And now let's take a look at Bumblebee here. Now Bumblebee's street cred over here starts off where he is actually kind of like more modeled like some of the animation stuff that they've actually had in the 86 line and in some of the TV show animation cells. Bumblebee still keeps a little bit of the VW likeness here and everything, except more Minecrafty, if you're actually like, I think that's the best way that I can actually describe it, because we actually look over here, like over at the front grille and everything. I really love this. I really love the roll bar, I mean the front bumper over here and everything like that. Like, that's actually really great. But taking a look over here, and you can actually kind of like see where some of the cuts actually kind of like happen right across his bonnet and everything like that. It's kind of like it's edging up and then over again and then over again, you know what I mean? And then like that way we actually kind of like see like a lot of like the very like, I don't know what these desegmented way they're actually facing this, and they're facing the Beetle here, since they don't really have the license for it. And I think the one thing that's actually missing from this, the one thing that's actually missing from the auto mode is the licensing that could have actually made this great, you know? Because we actually check out, and let's start off over here with KBB Hornet. It's closer to KBB Hornet than anything else, you know what I mean? Like, that's actually kind of like the first thing that I thought of when I actually saw this figure. He's actually really nice. He's actually got like, let's see, the black windows and everything like that, although we actually kind of like have that peach yellow that they actually kind of like put in here and everything like that, which I hate. You know, like I kind of wish that we could have actually had like a little bit better over here. I'm actually kind of hoping for Toy Hacks decals and everything like that, because like for this, I kind of feel as though he deserves it, you know? Like I kind of feel like this version of Bumblebee could actually be a little bit better and everything, a lot better in fact, you know what I mean? The muted yellow over here is actually okay, you know what I mean? Like like I feel as though the yellow that's actually on Hornet over here is kind of like more of a tree yellow than anything else. And I think this one, although it's actually kind of like more of a it's more of a sunflower orange than, or a sunflower yellow here, it's just okay, you know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like they actually missed out on the roof right over here also and everything, making it a little bit more squared off and everything like that. Like I think that the one thing that they really should be kind of like more contesting with more than anything else, the thing of this is the dream right over here. This is the 2.0 Bumblebee masterpiece over here and everything. And I really think that this is kind of like more of what they were actually thinking of when they were actually making the Penny Racer mode and everything, you know what I mean? Which I love. Like we actually have them side by side over here, and that's actually really awesome. But at the same time, as playably fun as this guy actually looks to me and everything like that, I think he actually misses the mark when it comes down to like actually making a really satisfying Bumblebee, you know? Here he goes with a little bit of G1 flavor over here, and that's actually a really nice Bumblebee right over there. Again, I really do feel as though we could have actually gotten a lot better to like actually get to this look into this, you know, like you can actually see it's almost there too, you know what I mean? Like you actually have this whole thing going and everything like that. Like I love that. I love the fact that we actually have like the Volkswagen-y kind of thing. I just wish they went a little bit further. And if you could actually have just gotten a license for this or something like that, I think we could have actually had like a lot more in the way of perfection. So like I think that because of that, it doesn't really come out to be quite the Bumblebee that he actually should be or anything like that. I'm sorry, I'm shaking camera and everything. I'm actually just like using my hands for this. But aside from that, that's actually okay. And then the last one that I'm actually gonna give over here is this version, and this is the Netflix Earthrise Bumblebee here. And again, he, I think, is actually going to be the ultimate winner here and everything like that. Like, I want this to work out so much and everything because I was looking forward to this guy for the longest time, and I kept on thinking to myself, like, he's actually going to be like a penny racer kind of like car and everything like that, and I was actually really excited about it. But in hand, he actually just becomes so muted in this mold and everything. He's a lot of fun to mess around with, but he's actually just so muted in that mold and everything, you know? But this actually covers everything. And this is NORBZ of the future talking to you while I'm actually editing here. And I'll tell you one thing. The one comparison that I think I should have actually done that I didn't do last night was Bumblebee versus Bumblebee here and everything. So we actually have animated Bumblebee, and we actually have the new version of G1 Bumblebee over here and everything from the studio series. And I was so incredibly impressed by what we actually got over here and everything. And I remember how amazing this guy actually was. I think this guy actually falls so short in comparison and everything, basically based on the fact that they were actually supposed to be like both like ulterior sport mini compact cars and everything, you know. Like I really love what they actually did over here in the animated series and everything. I just kind of feel like this other guy actually kind of like falls like really short and everything like that. This Bumblebee is still fun. I'm still playing around with him and everything like that. I still think I haven't actually gotten like my fill of like playing around with this guy altogether. But like this guy, however, just really nice class and everything like that. Like everything was about this guy was just amazing. And look at this. I love the fact that they actually included see-through windows right over here. I think a lot could have actually been carried over into the studio series guy and everything altogether. Is he still worth it? Well, let's just keep on watching and see what I actually think. Even though he's actually kind of like more of like what a realistic life Bumblebee should actually be, a realistic life VW, nothing actually beats this because number one, we actually had the licensing for this guy, so that's actually great. Number two, he's just really extraordinary and does like everything this guy should actually do, but like a whole lot better and everything, you know what I mean? So like I was really excited to like see if this guy was actually going to take the cake, and if he was actually going to replace this version of him and everything. But it kind of like feels to me like this guy's actually saying to me, not so fast, you know? Let's take a look from all sides over here, because we actually have the front, we have the side, we have the front over here. That's actually really nice. I love the fact that they were actually able to like get the Autobot symbol right over here on the bonnet here and everything, and then right over here on the hood. So I mean on the roof. So that's actually really nice. And then we come over here. I love the penny racer mode too, you know, like I really want to love this guy a lot more and everything. But then you're going to see what happens in robot mode. So there goes the back. You can actually put his weapon like right on the back over here. He actually has like a little peg that actually goes right to the back here, and that's actually great for storage. And then underneath, you can actually see that he stores all his robot kibble very nicely and everything like that. So that's actually really nice. So all in all, he's really just, he's a fun little figure and everything, but like, we'll check out robot mode in just a moment. So we've got Bumblebee, we've got FRENNZZZY. Let's check these guys out in robot mode. Headshot! Let's start off with FRENNZZZY over here, and this will be focus this just a little bit more for your viewing pleasure. So here he goes, and then we just want to extend the legs right over here and right over here and just accordion them down. Then we'll flip this around and we'll bring the legs forward like that. And then we'll bring down his little feeties right over here, just like this. And just let's get this one down here. And then we'll extend the arms. We'll bring his hands outwards by getting a fingernail right in there and just doing that. And then we'll bring this down over here. And then we'll bring out his other little hands. There we go. And now for the finishing touch, let's go right back here, and then we'll bring out his head and give that a flip around. And there we go. There goes. Hold on, just let me finish this off by putting on his blasters on his back here and everything. And one thing over here, and we'll just plug those right into the holes in the back. And there goes Frenzy in robot mode. Now let's do Bumblebee as he appears right out of nowhere and everything, you know, so we're actually going to get this guy right from auto mode into his robot mode. Now at this moment you can actually remove his blaster if you wanted to or not. It's actually up to you, but let's just take this off just for good measure, and we'll actually bring his backpack down. We'll let's start extending his feet, so we'll actually just move all of that up, and right now you can actually see that his bonnet is actually going right onto the inside of his leg here, and then we can actually extend that. It's actually chicken legs right on the inside of his auto mode. So there we go. So one leg is actually extended, and then I'm actually kind of surprised this actually works out so well. So we have a little piece that comes out right over here, and then we have this piece, and then all we have to do is just bring that one door in and then secure that peg right over there like that, and that works really well. And I'm actually kind of surprised, since this doesn't really concave whatsoever or anything like that. Really surprised that works out really well. So there goes the other Autobot symbol, and that actually goes in like so, and then de-chickenfy his leg right like this. And if you actually really wanted to, you could actually bring his waist up right over there to his belly, and then all we want to do is just bring this piece out right over here, and then behind the door we actually have this piece. Bring the door inwards, and then we will just secure that just like so. I really like the way that works. It works so much better than I think it does, you know? And then we'll actually separate his hands. We'll bring his wheel outwards. We'll give them a little bit of a spin. There we go. And then we are actually going to come over here, and then there's a slot that's actually right on the inside that these pegs actually go into. So we'll do that, and we'll do that over here. And then we'll bring his arms down, and then they actually go down in one click. And over here on my copy, this piece actually wants to come out all the time whenever I'm actually just like unclipping his arm and everything like that. Otherwise he's fine. I might have to like just go over here and tighten that joint all together, and then we can actually open up his chest right at this moment, and then we'll bring all of this down right here, and then now form the head. And there we go. And then that is Bumblebee in robot mode. So now let's take a look at Bumblebee and Frenzy, and let's see what you think, because I'm actually dying to see that and everything in the comments all together. But there we go. One Bumblebee, one Frenzy. Let's take a look. And now I have their robot modes going and everything, so let me put them in their proper places over here. There goes Frenzy, and there goes Bumblebee. And let's take a look, let's see, over at Frenzy first off, because he's actually pretty cool. Just let me give you a little bit of clarity here and everything. And he is actually as frenzy as he's actually going to be. There we go. There goes my camera working. And let's like take a look at that guy's face right over there. Hopefully it's not being too grainy for you guys or anything like that, but there he goes. And then his whole entire body is actually kind of like basically the same way that Rumble's was and everything. We actually have like the red arms. I still hate the fact that they weren't able to work in like bendable arms with this transformation and everything like that, you know, but that actually serves for like a function, so I'll show that to you in just a moment. But there we go, and he looks great in this mode. Like it's just the arms that actually kind of like makes him incomplete to me and everything. I kind of feel like they could have actually done more with that. Also, I kind of like feel like with these, we should have actually gotten these in like a painted silver or something like that, so like actually complete the look of the tapes and everything all together, you know what I mean? But for this, you can actually take this blaster off and you can put them right over here in his forearms. Oops. Right over here in his forearm. There we go. And we actually have this piece right over here, and just like Rumble, you can actually have his blaster arms going and everything like that, which is pretty much the way I'm actually going to use Frenzy and everything. He actually is the gunman of the two and everything like that, so that's actually really cool. Or you can actually like use the same powers as Rumble and everything like that by having, let's see, here we go. Blasters right back over here, and just like Rumble, Frenzy actually has these two pile drivers over here and everything like that. You can actually feasibly move them in and out and everything like that by wiggling them out and in and everything like that, so you can actually kind of create that like pile driver kind of like thing and everything like that, pile driver effect if you actually so needed to. So there we go, and then we can fold his hands in, and then just put that right there, and then we'll fold this in, and we'll actually put his pile driver right here. So if you guys are actually inclined to actually call this guy Rumble and everything like that, first off, you'd be wrong. And second off, you can. So there we go. And if you actually really needed to create pile drivers, there we go. I really do wish that I could actually put Frenzy down and fold his arms right over here while he's actually waiting for a Bumblebee. But here we go. And Bumblebee is actually okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's as far as I actually go into, as far as I can actually get to him and everything. First off, who did you wrong, my boy? Who did you wrong? You know, like, this face is actually just like so, I kind of feel like the face is actually just like very squashed in and everything, and I get what they're actually trying to do. They're actually trying to like go for like the G1 kind of like face that they actually had on the original toy and everything like that. So is it really that great? Not necessarily. Like I think it's actually cool, but only in doses. First off, there's like a little bit of like there's like a little bit of miscoloring that's actually right over here. I think I can actually find like maybe the silver paint that will actually match this, so I can actually fix that up myself. But at the same time, I kind of wish that he actually came with a Bumblebee smile or something, or like a grin, or something that Bumblebee should actually have, because this face actually becomes just like so muted to me and everything, you know what I mean? Like the head sculpt and everything like that, it's fine, you know? Like from like everything over here, like it's fine, you know? I kind of wish, because it's Studio Series, I kind of wish that it was actually like a lot more painted in a way. Like I kind of wish we actually had like an overlay of yellow and everything like that going all throughout the whole entire visage of this guy and everything like that, because he could have actually used it. He's actually got like the chest that Rob Layfield's Captain America would actually absolutely be proud of and everything like that. So that's actually saying something. It's actually okay. I don't understand why they actually went for the flat look on this and everything like that, because like I know they did it in the anime and everything like that, and that's actually all right, but like what's actually all right for anime, I'm not exactly sure actually works in real life or anything like that, you know what I mean? We still have like the yellow that's actually going over here. We have that peach yellow that's actually going on the inside over here and everything like that. That connects that arm and everything like that. So I'm actually just like, because it's actually super hot where I am right now and everything, like I'm pretty sure that I'm actually going to see some discoloration over here like crazy and everything like that. And like kind of dislike that altogether, that color choice that they actually used for these arms. Just kind of bad and everything like that, just bad, you know? Like I'm expecting that to go over here onto the inside of the ball joints right over here also. So it's actually okay. Like he actually has like these really like thin legs here and everything like that, and it's not like a complete black. Like we actually have like the arms and the forearms, and I mean like the arms, and then we have the hands and the legs, and you can't see it over here. It's not necessarily like a full black. It's actually kind of like more of a. It's actually kind of like more of a like brownish black more than anything else, and or like a pale black than anything, you know, like it kind of like it gives me like a lot of miss on this figure and everything like that, you know. He's kind of fun, but I don't really necessarily think that he's actually kind of like G1 accurate fun or anything like that, you know. Like I said before, if you're actually gonna go for like the G1 style guy and everything like that, you need to look no further than this guy altogether and everything like that, you know. But he actually does bring the mini car goodness and everything, and I like that. I like the mini car. I like the fact that he's actually a penny racer and everything, you know. But it's really not the best or anything like that. I really want to say better things about this. Articulation. On Frenzy, we actually have a turning head right over here. He can actually look up. He can actually look down. He can actually bring his arms all the way up and all the way up. So that's actually really great. And then no articulation on the hands whatsoever except for this, but that's due to transformation. No waist articulation or anything like that. And I kind of wish that we could actually kind of like get like a little bit more out of these little core class guys and everything like that. But there we go. We have a kick all the way out like this, a kick all the way back. So that's great. He is doing a full kung fu action type of thing and everything like that, so you can actually knock out Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper if you actually really wanted to. So that's actually really great. We actually did the kick, we actually did this, and then we actually have this right over here, so that's actually really nice. Over 90 degrees of bend, but that's actually also due to transformation. And then no thigh cut or anything like that, but you can actually do a thigh swivel right over his knee right here, so that's actually really okay. And then we actually have some flexion, no dorsey or anything like that, so there we go. And then that is Frenzy. On Bumblebee over here, there is quite a bit more articulation and everything like that. So like he actually has a ball joint. He can actually make a T-pose over here, so that's actually really nice. You can actually spin all the way around and everything like that because of his because of the ball joint. We have I think that there's a ball joint that's actually on the inside, but it's not really as applicable to maneuvering or anything like that based on the size of it, based on how they actually modeled his head and how close it is to his body and everything. So he can actually make a slight up. He can actually like look down quite a bit and everything, so that's actually really great. You can actually 360 his head and everything, so that's great. But there's no way to like really get like a lot of emotion or anything like that coming out of his head or anything like that. Like it doesn't really go like tilt back and forth or anything like that. Like I actually like a Bumblebee head to tilt, so that's actually, I mean, you know, it is what it is. We actually have like a upper bicep swivel right over here. You can actually bring it 90 degrees right over here as due to transformation, because that'll actually just like click in. And then again, on my copy, your mileage may vary, but on my copy, whenever you actually click this all the way in, it clicks in really well. But then when you actually want to bring it out, like that actually just comes right off the mushroom peg. So I can actually fix that, but it's actually just like annoying, you know, that more than anything else. Then we actually have a mushroom peg right over here. We actually have like a 360 in the rotation, so that's actually really cool. He can actually come all the way out like this. You can actually bring it all the way back like so and everything like that. Pretty much uninhibited. You can actually take out his blaster, and there we go. Uninhibited altogether, so that's actually really nice. You actually have a thigh cut right over here. you actually have a knee bend right over here, so that actually brings you 90 degrees and everything like that in both directions. Just to do the transformation and everything, you actually have a weirdly shaped boot cut right over here and everything like that, but it really works for his feet. So there we go. And now you can actually bring his toes down. You can actually point them down just like that. And then that's pretty much it from Bumblebee. And then you can actually give him his blaster, and he is actually ready for exploring and spying and doing all kinds of mischief and everything like that. So he's actually very, very cool. I like him, but I don't like him at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually so in between myself with this guy. And for Frenzy over here, let me give you a comparison with Laserbeak. Let's see here. We'll give you a little bit of Rat Bat action over here. So there we are. We'll give you Rumble over here. Just let me put him over here. Let me put him over here. Grandstanding. There we go. And we'll actually give you a little bit of Ravage and Soundwave. And there we go for the Team Supreme here and everything like that. And I know Soundwave is actually off camera here or anything. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. And again, only guy I'm actually missing is Buzzsaw. Hasbro, why aren't we getting a single pack Buzzsaw? Anyway, let's go over to Bumblebee. And for Bumblebee here, our comparisons are KBB Hornet, G1 reissue Bumblebee over here, so that's actually really nice. As always, the dream is actually to go MP here and everything like that. I think this is kind of like more or less what they were actually kind of like considering everything as far as like what their Bumblebee should actually look like. I kind of feel as though they should have actually copied and pasted this guy over here and everything, and then just like mini scaled it and everything like that, because like they tried doing that, they just subtracted just like way too much when it actually comes down to making this Bumblebee just like the perfect Bumblebee that he should actually be and everything. So that's it right there. So there goes Bumblebee and Masterpiece Bumblebee, and the main contestant right over here, which is Netflix Bumblebee. And can I say apples and oranges right over here? This guy just still is like far superior Bumblebee to me altogether and everything in comparison with these two. Like they actually both have like a lot of similar things going and everything like that, you know? And as much as everybody wants to say that they actually hate parts forming and everything like that, it works really well with this guy. You know, like you can use that as a shield or whatever you actually want to use it for and everything like that. He just works really well. And if you actually want to make a perfect Bumblebee here, we'll just take this out and we'll actually take this, and then we'll actually kind of like bring this blaster over here, and like there we go. And then that's your Bumblebee right there. I'm really kind of surprised that the Hasbro didn't like paint this a brighter yellow, give him a smile and everything, because like look at that face right there. Look at that face. Something happened. Something happened in deep space. You know, something happened to this guy in deep space too. They've both seen a lot, you know, but like there we go. Like I kind of like feel as though they're kind of like missing the mark on like the standard of like a real, like what a true Bumblebee should actually look like and everything like that. He should be small, he should be fun, he should like have like a little bit of a seriousness to him and everything like that, but just slight. Otherwise than that, he should actually kind of like remain being fun and everything, you know what I mean? And like, so this is why I'm actually wondering if we've actually seen the last of like the perfect Bumblebee altogether and everything. You know, we could even see something in like Legacy a little bit later on or something. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, because like all the painting details that actually get swashed out like right over here and over here, and then like the yellow, the kind of like more muted yellows that are actually going on here, that'll actually become like a lot like more off-colored and everything like that later on in life and everything like that, kind of like really just like, I don't know, like I just really feel as though this kind of like misses the mark, especially right over here. I'm just gonna give you one more comparison with these guys here and everything. So like right over here in the arms, you see the arms are actually like so like nicely Bumblebeed and everything like that. And over here we kind of like, I think they kind of like translated it just like a little bit too lightly there and everything. We actually have like a lot of like pin joints here and everything, which really work for this guy. I just really feel as though he's just the winner between the both of them and everything, you know? But let me know what you actually think in the comments and everything like that. I would love to see exactly what you actually have to say. Boy, yesterday's NORBZ was actually so fantastically, like, look at the way he actually reviews. My God, this guy's great. Anyway, so let me go back over here again with these two Bumblebees, because I really do think that these guys actually should get like a little bit of like a comparison between them two and everything. And since I actually have like a little bit more daylight here and everything, I just decided to like just take a look at the robot modes. Like, there is still so much. Like, I got used to this. I'm actually watching him now and everything as I'm actually reviewing him. I still think that this guy is actually pretty cool. He's actually nifty. He's actually like fun to mess around with, fun to play around with and everything like that. But he's still missing the mark of the quality and everything, you know? And I think the quality was actually so much into this. I think the quality was actually there with the Netflix Bee altogether also and everything. But like this guy, I would probably take third place between all of them. And I really want to love this guy because he's actually supposed to be G1 Bumblebee, but like, even look, they even got the smirk on this guy all together and everything, you know? Like, what do you think? Now, like, this guy should actually be smirking too, you know? Anyway, let's get back over to the review and finish this one off. And with this guy, I actually cheated. I actually used the Toy Hacks label right over here. It's pretty broad and everything like that, but I think it actually works for this guy, especially with the fact that, like, this whole entire canopy right over here, it's actually so just squared off. One thing I actually love about this is that it's actually so much more well-rounded and everything like that, which is what a beetle should actually be, you know? So, I don't know, like, take that for what you will and everything. I think that's actually kind of like all I've got to say about this and everything like that. Which one should you choose? That's actually up to you, because whatever you actually choose for your own collection will be perfect. Even more perfect than mine. It'll be perfect, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna give you final thoughts in just a moment. Final thoughts on FRENNZZZY over here. FRENNNZZZY is actually really great if you actually have Rumble though, however. That is double the trouble right there. That is amazing stuff, and I love it so much. I love the fact that we actually finally have a FRENNZZZY to go along with Rumble, and a Rumble to go along with FRENNZZZY, you know? Like, for me, they actually both need to be together and everything. They need to actually have, like, each other in each other's corners, brothers in arms and everything, and I love it to death. But on Bumblebee, though, is it fair to say that there's more that needs to be desired on this figure and everything? Like, I think it's actually kind of cool. I really want there to be a Toy Hacks label set to be made to even just like make these plain black windows blue and everything all together and everything like that, or like maybe a metallic blue would actually be great. But I don't know, I kind of feel like he's actually kind of like lifeless almost and everything, you know what I mean? Like, he's actually fun. He's fun to mess around with and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. If you actually get him, I'm pretty sure you'll like him and all together. But like, come on, he's not this guy all together or anything like that. He's not Netflix Bee or anything like that with all his savviness and his roundness or anything like that. And you can actually make rocket pods with pieces for the cannon or everything like that. Like, there is so much going on for this guy. Do I enjoy this one? Yeah, I enjoy him. I enjoy like the fact that he has got these giant feet and everything like that. I love his penny racer mode. His penny racer mode is great, and I'm just like a big fan of penny racers. In fact, need I say it? We need throttlebots out of this guy. You know, because like I think throttlebots would actually be such a great addition to close off some more G1 and everything like that. You know what I mean? And I think this would actually be a great platform for it. But he's not this guy. I mean, of course, the gold circle, the gold standard would probably be this right here, right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what anybody says. This guy was actually thoughtful, intuitive. The penny racer mode was actually great. This is actually what they should have actually been gunning for. Also, I think they should have actually been gunning for the license and everything like that, because really, what is Bumblebee without just truly being the VW that he possibly can be and everything like that? I think there's a lot that's missing here and a lot to be desired, but like a lot to come back to and everything for this figure and everything, you know what I mean? Like, the legs might be a little like substandard as compared to this. Like, this guy is actually just like a really beefy mini bot and everything like that. This guy actually just kind of like has like kind of like different proportions all around the place and everything like that. And I don't know, like everything just kind of like feels slapped together to me and everything like that. So I really would love to see more out of this bee and everything, but I do like him. So if you do actually go out there and you see him, you might pick him up and you'll still have fun with him and everything like that. But like, he's actually kind of like a lesser alternative to this guy and everything, you know what I mean? So I hope they actually come back to this, make him super yellow, give him a smile, you know, give both of these guys smile. They need smiles, they need personalities, you know? But that is really it for me. I really hope that you enjoyed my trip through nerddom today and everything like that, as I actually just really painstakingly went through Bumblebee and everything, because like I really love this guy, but I want more from him and everything, you know? Frenzy, however, definitely get him and everything if you can, and because he's actually going to be in short supply. I know it took me a while to actually find this guy and everything, so like just go pick him up and everything whenever you actually can. As always, I appreciate you, and especially you, you, for coming in and joining me once again on my trip through nerddom, and I really appreciate each and every person out there. Remember, treat yourselves kindly, with respect, honor, with devotion, with love, and carry that around to each and every person around you and everything like that, because love is an action word, and I really want you to make sure that you actually pass that simple gift along to each and every person out there and everything. Spread that love and kindness all the way up through the endosphere, through the 360-degree spiral that is these Fibonacci series of the universe. Bring it back down over here once again, where I can always use that positivity myself. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.